Hello and welcome to the first ever Bordavian Football Show. As you know, I am George Mullins, known from famous TV shows as Who Wants to Marry the Cow and Guess Who's Sleeping Now. We here at the new TV channel MikaelinhoTV are really excited to get the chance to broadcast Bordavian football for the first time to the world. Bordavia and football in the same sentence, you might ask. Is that really possible? Well, you all know Bordavia from those endless history lessons in school, so I won't bore you with stories about General Ivan and the totalitarian rule and his crazy son Sasha and his pet tiger. No, I won't do that. In this show we will focus on the Bordavian football. But can they actually play football in Bordavia? I know that you have no idea, and if I'm going to be honest, we don't have much more of an idea either. That is why I'm going to call our reporter on the field, Katy Jones, in Bordavia. Hello Katy, how are you?
Well, hello, I'm here in Vibosniki where the sun doesn't shine and the men are men.
It sounds like you are having the time of your life, Katy.
Well, I really am, and I may never come home. At least that's what the General keeps saying.
But Katy, in all honesty, you're not only there to find a husband, you're also there to find out more about Bordavian football from the source itself, the owl Major Vadim Osipov. Therefore, we give you Our Girl in Bordavia.
So, I'm here in Vibosniki with Major Vadim Osipov, called the Owl. Welcome, Major.
Yes, welcome to me, Katinka.
It's Katy.
It's Katinka to me.
Okay, my first question is, of course, why are you called the Owl?
Well, Katinka, it's simple. I see everything and I hear everything.
So, you mean football-wise?
Yes, sure, why not? I mean football-wise.
Okay, yeah, that seems fair. So, now that Bordavia is a UEFA and FIFA nation, why have you come to us to broadcast it for you?
Well, we wanted a TV show to show to Europe that we can play football, and I'm sure your crowds will enjoy this glorious football.
Well, I'm absolutely sure about that as well, Major, but we have a few concerns, if you may. There are rumours that only one club has won every national championship for you, and there are also rumours that maybe this hasn't been done properly over the years. What's your comment on that?
Well, Katinka, thank you for your question. I'm afraid we do not keep any records. We play for the joy of the game and have it broadcasted within the glorious nation of Bordavia.
But if there are conveniently no records, then how can we gauge if your claims are true, Major?
Well, Katinka, General Ivan, our glorious leader, would never lie to his people. All are one in the great nation of Bordavia, but I have anticipated your request. Therefore, I am pleased to announce the Bordavian football will be broadcast to all your viewers on MikaelinhoTV. Yes, live games and highlights.
This is absolutely good news, Major. But how does this actually answer my question?
Well, Katinka, this means that there will be records of the games that will be broadcast. You can see there is no foul play here.
Okay, so we will get to see every team play. That's glorious.
Yes, you will get to see CSKA Aransk play every team.
What do you mean, Major, CSKA Aransk?
Yes, CSKA Aransk play every week, but play different team.
Okay, I think I understand. We will see a CSKA Aransk game every week?
Yes, and they will play different team. People will make a website, there will be clips on your tube.
YouTube, Major.
Either way. Katinka, there will be clips on your tube and there will be records, and you will all see the glory of CSKA Aransk and the great and glorious Bordavian nation. And now this interview is ended. Thank you, Katinka.
Thank you, Major.
Now that Bordavia has been recognised as a UEFA and FIFA nation, they will be allowed to play in the European competitions, and they will also be allowed to have a national team that actually plays other teams than just regional exhibition games. So before we get into the European adventures, we will look at what the actual league structure looks like in Bordavia. They have the crown jewel, the Premyer Liga, which is their Premier League, and below that they have a second tier called Nationalna Liga, and after that they have a regional series, Division 1 with a West and East division, and then below that Division 2 with 4 regional divisions, and then Division 3 with the same regional divisions, and so on and so forth. There's also 2 national cups, the General Ivan Cup and the League Cup, the Kovda Cup. We have the exclusive rights to broadcast everything that has to do with Bordavian football, including the Premier Liga, which we are very, very excited about. And in next week's episode, you will see the first ever televised game of Bordavian football outside of the nation of Bordavia. But today, with the help of our experts, we will focus on what we think will happen going into the first Premier Liga season of 2020-2021. And to guide me through that process, I have 3 excellent experts at my side. First, I'd like to introduce you to Anders Bååth, Swedish superhero who won the best hair in Germany 4 years in a row. Welcome, Anders. Thank you very much. It's very fun to be here. And then we have Mike Werner. We actually thought that you were dead, Mike, but it turns out that you simply fled Hansa Rostock in the 90s and moved to Bordavia. Yes, I have been here for many years now, and I consider myself something of a expert on Bordavian football, so this is going to be perfect for me. Oh, that seems to suit us perfectly. Thank you very much. And then last but not least, we have Angry Roy Keane. How are you feeling about this Bordavian adventure, Roy? Oh, nonsense. Poppycocks. Okay, thanks a lot, Roy. Let's go through the teams. You have ranked them all from 16 to 1. Let's go through them, starting from the bottom.
So in the Bordavian top tier, the Premier Liga, we have 16 teams divided in 12 cities. From Nakakovo, we have Sporting Orient Nakakovo. From Aransk, we have 4 teams: Svoboda, CSKA, Dynamo and Sparta. SKA Dolgoretsk comes from Dolgoretsk. We have Red Star from Mijovsky. From Gaska, we have Championi and Gask United. From Mursk comes Komanda Mursk. From Puby, we have FC Puby. Parkovia, Gastokar and Slansa have teams each, as well as Nakotov. FK Puby. With one single season of Premier League football in the history, the small following of FK Puby won't be hoping for too much as they return for the 2021 season. It's not only his looks that have given manager Ivan Sokolov the nickname the Madman, no, his unusual training methods and tough, verging on brutal defensive style of play got them promoted, and is what he's hoping going to keep them up. Experienced central defender Sergei Mikhailov leads the team from the back and will play a pivotal role in this season. Lacks a bit of heading, isn't the tallest defender, but except for that he is very well rounded and will be important for them. They have been shaky in pre-season and will need to step up to survive. These results won't be enough. Dynamo Aransk, not finishing below 7th place for the last 14 seasons, people have started to worry going into this season. Alexei Morozov may be a great manager, but he is no magician. Years of pillaging from CSKA have finally resulted in a squad that lacks both quality and talent, outside of pair Ivan Kiselev and Sergei Sorokin. Ivan Kiselev is a decent central defender, nice heading, marking, tackling, nice positioning, nice acceleration and pace. Sergei Sorokin is a Technically decent forward, but his big strengths lie in his pace. The word among the disillusionized fans are that it's only a matter of time before these two players are lost as well. Results in the Aransk Oblast Championship has been nothing short of worthless, and Dynamo will have to fight bravely against relegation this season. Automobilist Slanza. After 5 years with Alex Kuznetsov at the helm, Automobilist Slanza have become a solid top-half contender. With financial backing from Bordavia's largest car manufacturer, it's time to take the next step. With star Dima Kuzmin in front, hopes are high that the club will reach high levels this season. A pacey player with a nice stature and decent heading, he is a threat up front. The results in the friendlies have not gone their way, and they face the toughest possible opposition in the first game, CSKA Aransk. Klub Gastokar, the yo-yo club of Bordavia, is a well-deserved nickname for the club. Since the 08-09 season, Klub Gastokar has either been promoted from or relegated to the second tier. Many fans are hoping that young manager Bogdan Ivanov will be the one who restores a bit of stability to the once very successful club. Employing a 5-2-2-1 formation, there are currently not room for the best player Dima Kuzmin. Question is if they can be without the versatile midfielder. Excellent physical abilities, nice technical abilities. If there's no room for him, maybe the best decision would be to sell him to free up a bit of money to strengthen other positions. If we look at the pre-season, it's been a mixed bag, not that impressive results, mostly played lower league sides. CSKA Dolgoretsk, an army club trying to grow back into the Premyer Liga costume they were used to wearing back in the 90s. 38-year-old Artem Polyakov had a decent first year as manager last year, but will have his work cut out for him now. The loss of star midfielder Ivan Veselovsky to CSKA Aransk won't make it any easier. Key players now will be keeper Ruslan Antonov and midfielder Vlad Orlov. Ruslan Antonov is a great keeper, even though he lacks a bit of physicality, but at age 22 he still has the chance to improve. Vlad Orlov is a solid central midfielder who can work both forward and backwards in the field. Nice passing of 15, nice first touch, but also a bit of tackling, teamwork and positioning to him. Very important player for CSKA Dolgoretsk. So the pre-season then, not winning the Kryvnia Oblast Championship was a tough blow, and they will need to find their winning ways quickly. Komanda Mursk, another solid Premier League side, even though the last few years have been without any great success. 37-year-old manager Pasha Pavlov will for sure use key player Ivan Petrov as an important part in his 4-3-3. Ivan Petrov is an excellent, versatile midfielder who likes to go forward in the pitch. The pre-season started slow for them, but then they ended in a high note by beating Torpedo Moscow and Glasgow Rangers. Dynamo v Bosniki. 4 strong league positions in a row under manager Max Efimov. Can they build on that? Could Alexander Nikitin and Moroccan international Nasser Bereside work wonders up front? Bereside is one of few foreign players in the league, came in on a free transfer. Nice combination of dribbling and first touch, maybe lacks a bit of pace and finishing, but hopes are high for him to deliver for Vibosniki. Alexander Nikitin is slightly more pacey and has better finishing, maybe they can complement each other well. Pre-season has been a struggle, so it's important for these two players to gel together quickly if they are going to stay up this season. Gaska United, 8th, 11th, 13th is a trend that needs to be broken if Gaska United are going to survive yet another Premier League season. 49-year-old manager Arseny Andreev sure has the facilities to succeed though, as 35k capacity stadium Nikolai Gagashev. Captain and central defender Andrei Golubev is an important piece of the puzzle, but left winger Nikita Kuznetsov is the brightest shining star. At age 23, he is approaching his prime and may very well move to one of the biggest clubs if he plays his cards right. Very well rounded, lots of strengths to him. 5 straight pre-season wins and a fairly easy start to the season. That combination could be what separates CSKA United's season from a relegation battle and a comfortable mid-table position. Svoboda Aransk, the Freedom team. A 3rd place finish followed by a 2nd place finish took all of Bordavia by surprise, but young manager Vladislav Mikhailov and his free-flowing counter-attacking football has been very successful, more successful than anyone could ever have imagined. One question though is if the other clubs have learned their lesson now. A mediocre 6th place finish in the Aransk Oblast Championship suggests exactly that. Alexander Andreev will need to help his team quickly find the form as they are playing Europa League qualification games in just a week's time. He is a great player with a fantastic combination of first touch and acceleration, and also has the determination to improve a little further. FK Parkovia. They've been a solid Premier Liga team for many years, but haven't finished better than 5th in the last 8 years. 40k capacity Parkovia Mesny is filled to the capacity more often than not, and many would be surprised if the team finished anywhere else than middle of the pack this year again. Ivan Popov is a defensively minded coach using a 4-5-1 formation where veteran striker Vlad Ivanov and young gun Vlad Smirnov are both great attacking threats, which makes one question why Popov only plays with one striker. Young Vlad Smirnov is really strong at 20 years old. Lovely combination of dribbling and finishing, and also has nice acceleration and pace to him. Team captain and experienced striker Vlad Ivanov has a very nice finishing, nice first touch to get the ball where he wants, and is also an intelligent player. The player it's been talked most about through this pre-season is 16-year-old central midfielder Kostya Ilin. He's made 3 pre-season appearances and has impressed with both speed and passing. Brilliant acceleration, brilliant first touch, very nice passing and vision. This could be a man for the future. Rumours are that CSKA Aransk already have their eyes on him. In 2021 it's time for his military service, and then he'll need to cut that hair of his. Not a single loss in pre-season, looks impressive, but when you scrutinise the list of opponents, it paints a slightly different picture with only 2nd and 3rd tier teams. Spartak Aransk. After a temporary visit to the 2nd tier, the capital's 2nd team, or 3rd depending on who you ask, is looking to climb up the table. Manager Alexander Kozlov has a hard-pressing 4-4-2 setup and can trust a very solid defense. The 2 central defenders are the strongest players in the squad and provide great stability. Leo Efimov is a very strong physical central defender. Nice heading, nice marking, nice tackling. 24 years old, he is getting close to his prime. Beside Efimov, we have Dmitriev, who is a fairly similar player, maybe even slightly better. These two will be very important for Spartak Aransk. A great pre-season saw Spartak Aransk win the Aransk Oblast Championship ahead of CSKA, ending in an emphatic 3-0 win against the fierce rivals. Krasnaya Zvezda, the Red Star of Bordavia. They return after 7 long years in the 2nd tier and are immediately a force to be reckoned with. Known to be one of Bordavia's talent factories, they are packed with great young players. Experienced manager Ivan Maximov will look to central defender Anton Popov for stability. He is one great player, even though he is on the shorter side for a central defender, but he will be very important to them going into this season. However, Dima Vlasov, the right back, is the big star of the team. He has caught the eye of CSKA Aransk, but will remain at Red Star for the start of the season at least. Very nice pace to him, nice first touch, could improve his crossing and dribbling slightly. They've done okay in pre-season, beating domestic opposition while losing to tougher foreign opposition. Despite being newly promoted, anything but a top half finish would be a letdown for the fans. Campioni Gaska, the second team from Gaska, are looking fairly strong. Manager Artem Pavlov is a straightforward kind of man who gets the most out of his players in a route 1-4-3-3 formation. The team will rely heavily on excellent but aging striker Alex Semenov. Alex Semenov is a very well-rounded, great player, nice combination of finishing and heading, but he doesn't have age on his side. They do have a bit of elbow room in the transfer market though, after selling wingback Sergei Mikhailov to CSKA Aransk for 10 million. We will see if they will use that going forward. The pre-season has been solid, but without any real tests after 3 wins and 1 draw against lower league opposition. FK Nakotov never played in any other division than the Bordavian Premyer Liga. They play at the 40k capacity Lushi Stadion and are a historically well-managed club. New manager Max Nazarov likes to use a 4-3-3 where a strong back four are key. Team captain Vadim Vasilev and vice captain Pronishev play to the left and right, but maybe the central halves are even stronger with the young Belov and Lebedev. Vadim Vasilev is a solid left back, even though he's aging slightly. Pronishev out on the right is in his prime. Very fast player, lacks a bit of technical abilities, but very strong for this level. Stanislav Lebedev at 22 years old, he is a very well-rounded central defender, might improve slightly, could use a bit more stamina and strength. Shenya Belov, 20 years old, looks like the future of Bordavian central defense. Excellent positioning, very nice heading, marking and tackling, and lovely acceleration. Could be a key player for many years to come if FK Nakotov get to keep him. If we look up front, Ivan Savin has been important. He's not a spectacular player, but he has scored 5 goals during pre-season, finishing on 8, but nice acceleration and nice pace, and a decent flair to him as well. The pre-season itself has been spent playing in and winning the Nakotov Oblast Championship. They were very much expected to win, but still looked solid through it all. They have a fairly tough start to the league life, and they have probably need of a good start to better last season's 5th place finish. Sportivoje Nakokovo, back-to-back 7th places, are nowhere near good enough for the team from Bordavia's second city. Manager Roman Gablakov is one of the most renowned in Bordavia, and the fans are hoping for a top 3 finish. He's built a strong squad, good enough to pose a title challenge, even though the loss of megastar striker Denis Zaytsev is a major blow. The 40 million brought in though will offer the club stability for years to come. Dima Gerasimov, who was also rumoured to CSKA, is the team's most important player. Central defender with nice physical attributes combined with lovely technical skill when it comes to defense. Very important player. Andrei Somov is the striker that will try to fill the shoes of departed Zaytsev and possesses all the attributes needed to be a great goal scorer. Lovely dribbling, finishing and first touch, great acceleration, lovely pace, nice heading, decent stature. It will be very exciting to follow him this season. CSKA Aransk. Oh, they must win it. 29 straight league titles. They've done so every season so far. The sky would fall down and the sun would turn into an orange if they didn't. With a budget larger than all the other clubs together, it would be a massive upset if they didn't win. Oleg Ivanov, the manager, despite rumours of him being tactically inept, has seen his title-winning squad from last season strengthened with the names of Zaytsev, Mikhailov and Veselovsky, together with first ever foreigners in the league, Thiago Almada and Hajrudanovic. Hajrudanovic is a very technically gifted player, lovely first touch, lovely passing, nice technique. 26 years old in his prime. Thiago Almada, we all know about him, the 19-year-old Argentinian. Looks good now, but he is a man for the future. Very nice attacking skills. Ivan Veselovsky came in from CSKA Aransk and looks like a versatile midfielder. Very nice passing, but also very nice tackling makes him important going forward and in defense. The biggest signing by a mile, the £40 million man, Denis Zaytsev, who has scored the most goals in the Bordavian League the last 3 seasons, finally arrived at CSKA Aransk. He has it all. The man certainly has it all. Of course, CSKA Aransk also possesses the greatest young star out there in Dmitry Zaytsev. At 17 years old, he will be the perfect comrade to Zaytsev. He has actually scored 18 goals in 11 games, even though they failed to win the Aransk Oblast Championship. Results have been up and down for the club, but CSKA are through so far in the Champions League qualifications. One issue though is if the squad has enough depth to battle on every front. 9-0 and 10-0 wins suggest that, but a 3-0 loss to Spartak Aransk suggests otherwise. That were all the teams, and this concludes this pre-season guide from us. Automobilis Lanza, Dynamo Aransk and FK Puby to get relegated, and CSKA Aransk to win it yet again. So, Mike, what's your feeling going into this season? Well, I have a feeling CSKA is going to win it again, going to run away with it. They are a machine. Anders Bååth? Well, I'm just happy to be here, getting to know Bordavian football. And finally, Roy Keane, what's your idea going into the next season? Oh, why are they letting in these soft, firm players? Puppycocks. With these words, we'll end the first Bordavian Football Show. Tune in next time for the first game of the season between CSKA Aransk and Automobilis Lanza. Bye.